I say the word amphetamine, and you're probably picturing some illegal powder in a white baggie, right? What if I told you they come in a little labeled orange bottle too? Hey guys, Julia here for D News. You probably know of amphetamines in their popular form as medications for ADHD, like Ritalin and Vyvanse. But amphetamine use isn't a new phenomenon. Its usage can be traced back over a century. It was first synthesized in 1887 and used to treat asthma. But in World War II, soldiers on either side of the war took amphetamines to stay alert and be more efficient. Today, college kids cramming for tests and manual labors pop these pills for pretty much that same reason. Amphetamine is considered a Schedule II drug here in the States, meaning that while it's used as medication, it has a high potential for abuse. And studies show that more and more students use and abuse amphetamines to work harder, faster, and longer. But at what cost? According to a study published in the journal Brain Behavior, misuse of ADHD stimulants has dramatically increased over recent years. So-called the good grade pill, these Schedule II drugs are standing in for a study buddy. They're stimulants which help kids with ADHD reduce impulsivity and improve focus. But for those without the condition, it's reported that it boosts energy levels and increases motivation and focus. So students use them when studying, like for all-nighters, for example. For Schedule II drugs, they're almost too easy to get. According to one report from pharmaceutical supplier Express Scripts, 4.8 million Americans have a prescription for ADHD medication. Plenty more get their hands on the drugs through friends, colleagues, and classmates. Willie Pedersen, professor of sociology at the University of Oslo, called amphetamines a hazardous substance that is often used by ordinary people. According to a study published in the journal Nature, amphetamine affects the brain by disrupting the functioning of a dopamine transporter. As more of these chemicals are released and their uptake is blocked by the drug, more dopamine floats freely in the brain. But according to another study published in the journal Biological Psychiatry, the clinical benefits of cognitive enhancement get outstripped by other less medically desirable effects, like addiction. And a study published in the journal Brain Behavior states other risks, like psychosis, heart problems, and even sudden death. One study published in the American Heart Journal found that young adults who abuse amphetamines have a greater risk of getting a tear in the main artery of the heart. Another study published in the International Journal of Neuropsychopharmacology found that long-term amphetamine use can lead to permanent changes in the brain. The researchers found that long-term use causes chemical imbalances in the brains of mice. And imbalances of these brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine are associated with mental health disorders like depression and addiction. According to a study published in the journal Seminars in Neuroscience, since amphetamines work on dopamine in the brain, they are habit-forming. Addiction happens slowly as you build up a tolerance. People will have to use more of the drug to get the same cognitive boost. While doctors might prescribe doses as low as 10 milligrams of some drugs, some students take several doses in a row as high as 400 milligrams at one time, which can cause hallucinations, seizures, and often hospitalization. And these kind of instances are on the rise. A 2013 report by the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration says ER visits from non-medical use of these kind of drugs among young adults tripled from 2005 to 2011. So while many kids take these study buddies just like vitamins, amphetamines can have profound and devastating effects when taken incorrectly. So if you feel like you're struggling in school, maybe talk to your doctor about it first instead of your locker mate. Think abusing amphetamines is cool? Guess who else used them? Nazis. Yeah, and ISIS. Not so cool now, eh? Head on over to TestTube News to learn more how amphetamines help soldiers deal with the chaos of war.
Captagon, or its chemical name phenethylene, was actually once used to treat ADHD in children. What's more is that amphetamines like Captagon have been used throughout the 20th century by militaries on all sides.
So besides amphetamine use, what are your study tips? Do you highlight? Do you put post-it notes in your book? Let us know down in the comments below, and keep coming back here to D News so you don't miss a single episode.